There's a quiet mistake older men make, not because they're weak, but because they've learned to survive by compromising. And it doesn't show up as desperation. It shows up as reasonableness. They've been married, divorced, burned. They've learned to keep things calm, avoid conflict, smooth edges, explain intentions. And slowly, without realizing it, they trade self-command for emotional convenience. Stoicism warned against this long before dating advice existed. Today, we'll break down 3 things older men should never do for a woman. Not because they're cruel, but because each one quietly destroys respect, polarity, and inner authority. Not immediately, but inevitably. First, never regulate your emotions through her comfort. This one is subtle, and that's why it's dangerous. Older men often believe emotional maturity means stability, so they do this. They adjust their tone to keep things smooth. They swallow irritation to avoid tension. They downplay needs so the connection feels safe. It sounds noble. It sounds controlled. But here's the Stoic truth. When your emotional state depends on her comfort, your power is already gone. Marcus Aurelius was clear about this. If something outside you dictates your inner state, you are no longer sovereign. Let's make it real. She becomes distant. Your mood shifts. Her replies slow. Your focus breaks. Her energy changes. You compensate. You're not reacting loudly. You're reacting internally. And that reaction leaks. Not through words, through behavior. Tone softens. Effort increases. Presence tightens. You think you're being mature. What you're really saying is, my peace depends on how this goes. And nothing kills respect faster than a man who doesn't govern himself. Stoicism never said don't feel. It said don't obey. You can notice distance without anxiety. You can feel attraction without dependency. You can experience uncertainty without scrambling. The moment you regulate your emotions through her comfort, you stop leading your inner world, and instinct senses that immediately. Second, never over-explain yourself to be understood. This is the trap most older men fall into after experience. They've learned communication matters. They've been told clarity prevents conflict. So they explain why they said, what they meant, how they feel, what their intentions are. At first, it looks healthy. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The more you explain yourself, the more you signal that your position needs validation. Stoicism is ruthless on this point. A man who is grounded does not need to be understood to be respected. Respect doesn't come from explanation. It comes from consistency. When you explain yourself emotionally, you reveal leverage. You show where discomfort lives. You show where reassurance is needed. You show which outcomes matter too much. Epictetus warned against this directly. If you want to be unshakable, make no treaty with things outside your control. Most men sign that treaty with words. I just want you to understand. I didn't mean it that way. I'm not upset, I just need clarity. What sounds reasonable feels unstable. Because explanation often isn't communication. It's regulation. You're trying to calm something through her response. And once someone realizes your peace depends on being understood, they unconsciously hold power. This doesn't mean silence. It means restraint. Say less. Let behavior speak. Let time reveal alignment. A Stoic man doesn't negotiate his frame. He lives it. Third, never abandon your standards to preserve connection. This is the one older men regret the most. Not immediately. Years later. They tolerate behavior they wouldn't accept before. They lower expectations to avoid starting over. They justify inconsistency because they value peace. They tell themselves, I'm too old for games. I just want something easy. I don't want conflict. But here's the reality. When you lower standards to keep someone, you teach them exactly how to treat you. Respect doesn't survive accommodation without self-command. The moment you bite your tongue when something feels off, The moment you laugh off disrespect to keep things smooth, the moment you adjust boundaries quietly instead of holding them, something registers, not logically, instinctively. She senses that you will move yourself before you expect her to move, and attraction responds to imbalance. Stoicism calls this self-abandonment. You're choosing comfort over alignment, and alignment is the only thing that creates lasting respect. A grounded man doesn't threaten. He doesn't lecture. He doesn't demand change. He observes. He adjusts his investment. He withdraws excess effort. He allows behavior to reveal truth. No drama, no resentment, just quiet standards. That steadiness has gravity. The payoff. When you stop doing these three things, your mood stabilizes. Respect stops fluctuating. Anxiety loses leverage. Attraction becomes cleaner. Not because you control anyone, but because you no longer abandon yourself. Marcus Aurelius didn't teach domination. He taught sovereignty. If it's outside you, it doesn't rule you. Older men don't lose respect because they age. They lose it because they compromise their center. Never regulate your emotions through her comfort. Never over-explain yourself to be understood. Never abandon your standards to preserve connection. Do this and you won't need to demand respect. It either arrives or incompatible people leave, and nothing of value is lost. If this resonated, comment centered. This channel is for men who are done negotiating their inner world. Stay disciplined, stay centered.